Hi, everybody. So good to see y'all. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? If you can hear me, please type on the chat group. Yes, I can hear you. If you are joining us on this Facebook Live, please say hi. I'm so excited. Finally, this is the session I've been waiting for. We're going to talk about grandeur France. Hi, Charmaine. How are you? So good to see all of you. Loud and clear? Yes? All right. A lot of people ask me, Joshua, why don't you talk about grandeur France, especially Genie? You know, um, in fact, I have some people who are, asking me the question. They say, Joshua, if I'm not really into wine, uh, can I still join the grandeur France? Some people have the misconception that grandeur France is all about wine, is all about alcohol. Yeah, I know we have wine pairing, we have cognac tasting. So it does give people the impression that it's about wine and alcohol. But I also want to explain here when it comes to grandeur France, we are talking about 20%. 20% wine and alcohol. 80% is about the French way of life. Ça va, bonjour, tout t'appelle comment, or merci beaucoup. The French way of life. The French, of course, when we talk about French way of life, we can't miss out the French language, but also the finest way of living. When personally this trip when I was in this France, I really experienced the finest way of living, the French way of living, because when it comes to cheese, when it comes to gourmet food, when it comes to wine, of course, when it comes to chateau living, it really gives you a sense of what you call that experience. Hi, Jeannie, how are you? Especially when it comes, one of the very significant French way of living is celebrating life. It's about experiencing life. Yeah. So, are you ready to celebrate life, experience life with me? If you are ready, please start the chat group. Ready? And without any further ado, let's go to France. Hi, Annie. So good to see you. Thank you so much for commenting. Yeah, because it really helped me a lot because I feel like I'm talking to the screen. I can't see you, but with you commenting, it actually give me a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. At least I know that you are here listening to me. Hi, Susan. I'm actually considering, next time, to also do like a Zoom session, but that is more like for pre-tour, like for Northern Light, we do pre-tour. So we actually give opportunity for others to ask questions. But when it comes to this tour, Grandeur France, I'm very excited because the most beautiful part of our tour planning process or our achievement is whenever we give a name to a tour. Like for instance, we have got this Switzerland, France, and Germany where we call it the magical encounter. What I always looking forward to is when our travelers complete the tour with us, they only have got a very interesting way to describe the tour. They call it, wow, that's truly a magical encounter. And for this Grandeur France, personally, I led this tour. And this tour was, we completed the tour in the month of end of May. And at the end of the tour, what I really excited is to hear from our travelers. And they say, Joshua, this is truly a Grandeur France experience. That really gave me a lot of sense of satisfaction. Yeah, wish to know your departure in 2024. Yeah, in a short while, Jeannie, we're going to show you the departure for 2024. But now let's talk about Grandeur France. We have made some minor adjustment. Yeah, it used to be 12 days, 10 nights. Now we reduced to 11 days and 9 nights. I'll explain to you all why at the end of the session. Now it's only 9 nights. Reason why is we have cut down 1 night in Paris. Yeah, let's start with the first one. We start our tour as usual from Nice. We complete our tour in Paris. What I love the most is we are going to experience a few different regions in France. And every single region has a very significant difference when it comes to the culture, the architecture, the food, and also the wine experience. So it really gives you a very complete single country experience where you really get a chance to discover France. Yeah, next. Of course, when it comes to the French way of living, how can we miss out wine, right? And when we talk about red wine, the best place to experience the French wine is the Bordeaux region. Yeah, and we are going to not only visit Bordeaux, we are going to visit the most famous wine region in Bordeaux by the name of Saint-Emilion. Yeah, this is arguably the most beautiful wine region in France, well known for its production of Merlot and also Cabernet Sauvignon. Yeah, a UNESCO site filled with beautifully preserved architecture and remain unchanged for more than a couple of centuries. When I listen to these words, it really energized me. It really gives us a very good description of the region by the name of Bordeaux. And some people ask me, Joshua, if not, other than wine, what else can we experience in this tour? This is where we talk about. Next one, next. The cradle of French Renaissance, the Loire Valley. A lot of people misunderstand, yeah? They thought chateau is about vineyard. Which is true. In Bordeaux, when we talk about chateau, we are referring to vineyard where they produce good wine. Chateaus are basically, like all the popular chateaus in Bordeaux, they are all producing very fine red wine and also white wine. But a same name chateau in the Loire Valley actually named palaces. These are during the 100 years France and English, France and England, when they have this 100 years war, a lot of all the noble family, the rich and famous family, they built their own castles to protect against the English attack. So they are all together 300 chateaus in the region of Loire Valley. We are going to shortlist 3 to visit. Really an experience of a lifetime to visit all these beautiful chateaus. But hi, Angie, how are you, Angie? So good to see you, Angie. Next. Of course, we always believe in our brand promise. We stand on our brand promise, a whole new travel experience where we have handcraft itinerary with a daily theme, personal time to explore, local hand-picked restaurant, fine selections of hotel, but most importantly, the moment of this tour. Hi, Angie. Yes, awesome, Joshua. Thank you so much, Angie. The moment of this tour is wine and chateau. We're going to stay one night in a beautiful chateau, and you really get to experience the enchanting Chateau Artigny in France, where upon arrival, you get to explore the majestic interior with opulent rooms, art collections, luxurious finishing, and most importantly, we're going to not just stay one night, we're going to have a private dining experience. What I love the most is not only we're going to have private dining experience, we plan our tour in such a way that you arrive early, check into this chateau, and dress up for an evening dinner. That to me is really a memorable experience. And now let me show you some photos. Yeah, this is the chateau we are staying. And the inside the chateau, there are different type of rooms. Yeah, some rooms are more modern, some rooms are more classic, and it has got this beautiful staircase. And now let me show you a video of our moment. hope you have a good time enjoying this e-moment. Personally, it's really very meaningful when we discover Chateau Artigny. I still remember last year when we gave the name to this tour, Grandeur France. I was looking for something stand out in this tour. I couldn't describe why. We have included 3 chateau visit. We have included Bordeaux. We have included Saint-Emilion food and gourmet food, gourmet French food experience. But I still realize that, I still have a feeling that something is missing in this tour. I can't explain why. So what I did is early this year, I made a trip to France together with my family. I make it a point. I said, I must go and visit France, and I want to discover something that can make this tour have a feeling of grandeur. So what I did is I visited 6 to 7. I visited 7. Hi, Wunki. How are you, Wunki? I visited 7 chateaus. Every, what you call that, one in a day, while my family were planning for their, what you call that, their outing, I actually planned to visit chateaus. I take like a 1 full day, visit 4 chateaus. The next day, I visit another 3 chateaus. After visit 7 chateaus, I'm still not satisfied. I said, visiting chateaus is not the grandeur France experience. I was wondering, I even stay in another chateau myself, a modern kind of chateau, but it still didn't give me the grandeur France experience. So at the end of my tour, I still remember we are about to say bye-bye to France. We are, what you call that, from Loire Valley, we are traveling to Paris. Then I'll say bye-bye to my family. I got another event to attend. So what I did is, this is like the final moment of our tour. So what I decided to do is I decided to drive all the way to Chateau Artigny to visit this chateau, to check if this is the one that gives the grandeur France experience. So when I arrived in the chateau, I'm very impressed. I said, wow, this is cool. I can't imagine that we get to stay a night here, but I'm still not convinced. When I look at a private dinner hall, I'm impressed, but I still not convinced. When I visit the room, I still not convinced. You know what got me convinced? What got me decided to say that this is it? Anybody want to know? You want to know? Say, yes, I want to know. Yeah? You want to know why is it? What is the part of this chateau that give me the grandeur France experience? Hi, Jess. So good to see you. Just now in the video, I'm not sure you noticed. Towards the end of, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Towards the end of my tour of this chateau, the manager of the chateau brought me upstairs to see the special dining hall with the beautiful hand-drawn cupola, okay, or rotunda, to call it, it's easier to call it rotunda. When I see the rotunda, I'm like, wow. I thought this is something that I can only see in Vatican City, inside the church, St. Peter Cathedral. But when I see in a chateau, private chateau, the beautiful hand-drawn rotunda, I say, wow, that's something that I have not seen before. I say, I must organize a dinner here, stay a night here. In fact, when we visited this hotel or this chateau, I actually get the manager to offer us a visit of the chateau. So we actually did a guided tour inside the chateau itself. That is really a very magical moment. Yeah, and the best part is in the morning when you wake up, you can actually do a walk. What I did is when I stay in this chateau for a night, in the morning I woke up, I did jogging. When you did jogging, you're actually jogging in the forest. So it's really amazing, very serene, very quiet, fresh air. Then you have a beautiful breakfast. Then you tell yourself, wow, this is the French way of living. Yeah, so I love this e-moment. Next. Of course, we start our tour in Nice. I love Nice. One thing I find that Nice architecture is very different compared to other cities is because the color of the architecture in Nice is very yellowish. I visited Nice 6-7 years ago. I actually love Nice, but we don't have a chance to organize Nice tour until recently. This is the first tour where we organize a trip to Nice, the capital of the French Riviera. This actually reminds me a lot about southern Italy, because it's also a very beautiful coastline. The French southern French coastline. Next. Oh, uncover the secret of perfume in the stunning medieval village south of France. East Village is a village that we must visit when we are in the southern France, in the French Riviera. It's very popular for its perfume making. Guess what? We actually organize a perfume making class. You know, a group of us get a chance to make our own perfume. I really enjoy the session. But what made me very memorable about this trip is towards the end of the perfume making session, so we actually get a chance to experience the perfume that is being produced in 𝐲𝐫𝐚𝐧𝐝. You know, I'm not really a perfume person. You know, I can't see myself buying perfume. But the lady is so good in promoting. You know, she mentioned a few perfume. It didn't what you call it, trigger my attention. But one thing that she said that really got me buying the perfume, and I've been using it, is towards the end of her sharing of the perfume, she said, this is the one that I love the most. When she said, this is the one that I love the most, it triggered my attention. I was wondering, you know, which perfume that she loved the most. And she said, this is the one, I give the name Irresistible. Wow, when she said Irresistible, I said, I must buy. So I actually bought a bottle of perfume myself as well. Really enjoy the perfume. 𝐲𝐫𝐚𝐧𝐝 is one of the best perfume in town, in East Village, that you must experience. Next. Then from East Village, we are going to cross the border, enter into another country by the name of Monaco. We are going to visit this very popular Monte Carlo casino. 6 to 7 years ago, when I first visited Monte Carlo, you know, the entrance into the casino is about 15 euro. Those days, it's only 10 euro. Now it's 15 euro. And it's a long lines. You know, everybody actually pay the entrance to enter into the casino. So 7 years ago, when I visited this casino, I was wondering, you know, is there any way I can skip the line, you know, don't have to pay the entrance and still get to visit the casino? Because we drive all the way to Monaco, we drive all the way to Monte Carlo, and we don't get to visit the casino. I find it's quite strange. But of course, you know, casino being a casino, I'm not a person who loves casino, but a visit is like a must. So 7 years ago, I figured out there's one way you can skip the line, you don't have to pay the entrance, and still can enjoy the casino, is to enjoy the restaurant. They have a very beautiful fine dining restaurant. So what I did is, I actually I found out that you can buy a meal. You can have a good lunch in the casino, inside the restaurant. You don't have to pay the entrance, and the best part, you can skip the line. So what I always tell myself is, if I ever organize a trip to Monte Carlo, I will include a lunch in the casino. Guess what? This time we really did it. The best part is, it's so cool because when we arrive at the casino, long lines. I walk to the front and I tell the receptionist, we have a booking for lunch. So, you know, I actually get to skip all the lines, and the waitress actually lead us to the restaurant, and then we set us down and we have a good lunch. And the best part is, while everybody are lining up, looking at us, we are like super VIP. Yeah, without any further delay, let's enjoy a video of Monte Carlo casino lunch. This lunch is included in the package, yeah. So this is really cool, right? You know, you experience like a rich and famous, you know, at least for a lunch. You know, it was so cool. And of course, when you are here, you get to see all the beautiful cars. It's really a very amazing place. Next. The next day, we are going to do a visit to the Cannes. You know, Cannes is another town in French Riviera, and it's very popular for the for their, you know, Cannes is really popular, especially during the Cannes Film Festival. Guess what? This time in the month of May, when we visited Cannes, this is also the time they host a Cannes Film Festival. We get to see the event, but of course, I didn't get the invitation. We didn't get to attend the event, but at least we get to see Cannes, the building with the red carpet. Yeah, next. Oh, after a visit to Cannes, we also get to visit the popular L'Occitane Provence guided factory tour. I love this factory tour because one of my favorite brand of body care and skincare is actually L'Occitane. I really enjoy the factory visit, and this is also the place where I discover. First, I discover irresistible. Then in L'Occitane, I discover not only you can be irresistible, you can also be immortal. I can't believe there's a skincare product, that produced by L'Occitane with the brand Immortal. I also can't resist myself. I also buy. So it's really fun. L'Occitane guided factory tour. Next. Oh, from the French Riviera, from the coastal region, we are moving into the central region. Yeah, one of the very popular place to visit in the central region is the Carcassonne. One thing I find is very unique is because in the central region, they have a very different kind of food as compared to the coastal region. Yeah, and Carcassonne is a very popular board game, and it's also a very interesting site. One of the largest surviving medieval wall city in Europe with 3 kilometers of defensive ramparts. That's why it's very unique. This is a UNESCO site. And not only that, next, we also get to visit the La Ville Rosée, the Pink City, a city with the pink, the Pink City, Toulouse. Toulouse is also the home of Airbus. Yeah, Airbus headquarters is in Toulouse. Toulouse is unique is because they use a very special brick, the pink terracotta brick. Yeah, that's why the whole city is pink in color. I love the city of Toulouse. They have a very popular cuisine that you must try when you are in Toulouse. It's a kind of stew. Really nice, really tasty. I really enjoy very much. Next. From the central region, now we move towards the wine region, Saint-Emilion. Discover the world-class winery and sample some of the local Grand Cru wines, and at the same time admire the beautiful chateaus. What I really enjoy this trip is we get to experience some very fine wine, the Grand Cru wine that is really good. And this time we actually get to have a session with the owner of the vineyard and explain about their vineyard and their their wine. Is really an experience of a lifetime. Next. This is the one I mentioned about, the Saint-Emilion Grand Cru Winery. You get to taste some really good wine. And at the same time, next, in Saint-Emilion also, we get to experience French gourmet food experience. Who like wine and French gourmet food? Please type on the chat group. Yes, me. Anybody here love to try some gourmet food and some great wines? Yeah, NG Chua say, yes, me. Oh, I really, until today, I still miss the Grand Cru wine. Recently, I gave a bottle of this Grand Cru wine that I bought from Bordeaux to a good friend of mine. I hope that she liked it. Yeah, Shermaine, wow, Ting Zhen, yes, me. Wow, I didn't know so many of Peggy. I didn't know so many of you actually enjoy gourmet food and also French wine. Yeah, thank you so much for to engage together. Next. Oh, yes. When we talk about wine in the French region, we talk about Bordeaux. But when we talk about cognac, cognac is actually a region in France itself. Cognac is the region that produces very fine, VSOP. And this time, we also get to visit the Martel Distilling Tour and VSOP tasting. Oh, I love this a lot as well. Let me show you a video of Martel Cognac. Wow, looking at these photos and video, it really remind me of this special experience, a visit to the Mattel Disneyland tour. And personally, I enjoy Cordon Bleu a lot. And when I get a chance to visit this factory, the Mattel factory, it's like a dream come true. The feeling is really unique. Yeah, I really enjoy it a lot. Next. Loire Valley. Yeah, and finally, we are talking about Loire Valley. A lot of people say, Joshua, wine, I understand. Cognac, I understand. But what else can we experience? In Loire Valley, we are going to experience some very beautiful chateaus. Yeah, this is really, to me, one of the very standout experience of this Grandeur France tour. Next. Let's start with this. A lot of people ask me, Joshua, how do I pronounce this? Anybody know how to pronounce this chateau? Some people tell me this one sound a bit like Chen Chao, the Chin Chao. In fact, before this trip, we actually call it Chino Chao or something, Thank you, Joshua, for this FB Live. I'm revisiting the places all over again. Wow, Li Chen, yes, Li Chen were one of our travelers on this trip together. Can we put Li Chen's comment on the screen? And the way to pronounce this chateau is 𝐤𝐤𝐶. Yeah, it's pronounced as 𝐤𝐤𝐶. Oh, personally, I find this chateau is so beautiful. Yeah, I really enjoy this chateau a lot. Cherish a charming fairy tale castle set picturesquely on the Cher River. Yeah, next. Ragun Nanda, thank you so much, Raghu, for joining us. Amboise. Amboise is another town in Loire Valley, and one of not only the town itself is very beautiful, very scenic. It also have a very beautiful chateau where we get the chance to visit. It's called the Royal Chateau of Amboise. Amboise. Yeah. Next. And what I love the most is we also going to visit the Chateau de Chambord. And the guide actually explained it in such a beautiful way. The guide say, if you want to experience a very feminine chateau, you visit Chateau 𝐤𝐤𝐶. But if you want to visit a very masculine chateau, then you visit Chateau de Chambord. For me, as this is a Grandeur France tour, we are going to visit both the chateaus. In fact, not two. We visited 3 chateaus and we stay one night in one of the chateaux. So this really brings our tour to a Grandeur France experience. Dive into the fairy tale atmosphere of this Renaissance construction, serving as a residential palace inspired by Leonardo da Vinci. Yeah, next. We end our tour in Paris. And personally, what I really enjoy is after the Loire Valley tour visit, when we arrive in Paris, we also have a very memorable dinner, which I'll talk more in a little while. But now, next. Chateau d'Artigny. This is the chateau where we're staying a night, where we have dinner in a private dining hall, where we get to dress up and enjoy a beautiful dinner with wine. Next. We have some personal time to shop in Paris as well. What I love about this itinerary is initially we were undecided. Should we add one more day in Paris or should we, keep it as 9 nights? Yeah, I noticed that some people, those who want to explore Paris, those who want to visit Paris, those who want to do shopping, 1 night not enough. And some of you who have been to Paris, you say, I always come to Paris. There's no reason for me to stay longer. So in order to please everyone, we have decided to cut the tour instead of 10 nights to become 9 nights, where we are going to have 1 free day. Our flight is in the evening. So for those of you who join us on this tour, you get to do the shopping trip together with us, where we're going to visit the La Valley, the outlet shopping. But for those of you who say, Joshua, I think I have what you call that, we have enough of Paris. We don't want to stay any longer. 9 nights is good enough. Then we end the tour. For some of you say, Joshua, I want to experience more Paris. Then you can extend 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. So you get to have the more time in Paris. So this way, we kind of like strike a balance. Yeah. Wow. Hopefully by the time you visit Chambord again, the tomb of Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci is open. It's closed and we were there for renovation. Oh, sad. Yeah, this tomb of Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci was closed and we were there. Yeah, next. French gourmet food. I really enjoy this trip. We really get to experience the French food, the gourmet French food. Next. Must visit Loire Valley. Yeah, these are the 3 chateaux that we get to visit. Chateau Sinosio, Royal Chateau of Amboise, and also Chateau de Chambord. Yeah, now let's enjoy a video of Loire Valley. Yeah, these are the 3 chateaux that we get to visit. And personally, I find all 3 chateaux are very interesting. I like Chateau Sinosio because it's very unique. It's actually by the, it's actually built along the river, and on the river, also, right? On the river. Basically, some of the rooms actually go across the river. And I like Royal Chateau of Amboise because the garden is very beautiful. And of course, I love Chateau de Chambord because of its majestic experience or majestic chateau experience. So all 3 to me are very unique. When we are there, probably once in a lifetime, we want to experience the whole entire grandeur France experience in Loire Valley. Next. These are some of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Loire Valley, Nice. Next. Bordeaux, Saint-Emilion, Carcassonne. Next. Nice, Monte Carlo, Cannes, East Village. These are the scenic French Riviera cities. Next. Oh, I can't wait to share with you our travel memories, our throwback of our last trip. Nice is one of a very beautiful city that I really enjoy a lot. Monte Carlo. Of course, when we are in Nice, we must take photo with I love Nice, right? Next. Cannes, Carcassonne. Yeah, we were there during the French, the Cannes Film Festival. It's also very memorable. Next. This is the perfume making session that we did in 𝐷𝐷𝐼. I really enjoy it. And for those of you, if you are looking for a way to have an immortal living, as you can see, this is a special yellow color flower. According to the guide in L'Occitane, they say this is a special ingredient. This flower, live forever. What they did is they took the this flower, they actually created an essence, and the essence is how they produce this special skincare by the name of Immortal. A lot of people ask me, am I using it? Not yet. After I bought the skincare, it's still with me. It's too expensive. I'm still looking at it. We actually haven't started using it. But, the feeling of Immortal is there. Next. Toulouse, the Pink City. Saint-Emilion, where we did the tasting of Goncourt wine in Saint-Emilion. Next. Oh, Martel Distilling Tour and VSOP testing. I really enjoy it a lot as well. Okay, next. Chateau d'Artigny. As you can see, we actually took a photo, at the dining hall with the beautiful rotunda. And looking at the rotunda is actually very beautiful because it's hand-drawn, That is, to me, really a very unique experience. Next. Yeah, a dinner in a chateau where we all get to dress up. Wow. At least we get to experience, living in a chateau for a night. Next. These are the chateaus that we get to visit. Next. Top tier French dining experience. This we have a dinner in Nice where we get to try the duck confit, a dinner in a lunch in casino. And I just got to know that this is also a very very popular casino. The lunch restaurant that we have in Monte Carlo Casino is one of the very fine restaurant in Monte Carlo. Next. Oh, I love this restaurant. I actually discovered this restaurant in Amboise, in the town of Amboise, and it actually triggered my attention when I look at the menu. This restaurant serve a very unique menu. The name of the menu is called Return from Market. Retour of Retour du Marché, Retour du Marché, or Return from Market menu. So I was wondering, what is a return to market menu? I asked the owner of the restaurant, what are the menu? What are we going to try? The restaurant owner said, return from market. I said, yeah, but what's the menu? Then later when I arrive in the restaurant, then only I find out that it's like omakase. What happens is you don't know what you're going to have. You just book the menu and book the restaurant. And the best part is when you arrive, you will enjoy a meal. Depends on what the owner able to buy from the market. If let's say, today fish is fresh, they'll serve you fish. If chicken is fresh, they'll serve you a meal with chicken. And the best part is actually a Michelin star restaurant. Oh, they have got really good food. We really have a good time in this restaurant. Next. Oh, this is also a very standout restaurant by the river in Cognac. They serve very, very good special French cuisine. And the best part is, a lot of people say, but Joshua, if I go on a single country tour every day, French food will be boring. Different part of France serve very different cuisine. So you actually get to try a lot of different cuisine, even though you are in France alone. It's a bit like when you're in Ipoh, it's very popular for Nga Choi Kai. When you're in Penang, it's very popular for Hokkien Mee. So different part of France actually serve very different cuisine when you really get to enjoy life, enjoy good food. Next. Oh, last but not least, when we are on this tour, some of our travelers say, Joshua, I think we have seen it all, right? This is already our 9th night. Do you have anything more under your sleeve that can surprise us? So what we did is towards the end of this tour, I actually discovered there's also another chateau, which is very close. It's only 20 kilometers away from Chateau de Chambord, and it's actually on the way to Paris. And this chateau, what we did is we organized a meal here. So it's my first time to this chateau. I read about this chateau. My friend highly recommend me. So when we arrived there, I was shocked because I looked inside the restaurant. I realized it's empty. I said, I'm in a very interesting situation because the whole restaurant is empty. I'm so worried that the owner forgot about booking. Then when I ran out from the restaurant, the owner called me, Joshua, we are here. What I didn't realize is they actually organized for us an outdoor dining experience with a view of the river. So all of us actually, have a lunch here, overlooking the beautiful river. And we are the only group there, and we have a great meal in this restaurant in a chateau itself. This is also another chateau, it's really an experience of a lifetime. Okay, and the best part is, while we are thinking, probably this is it, we are going to arrive in Paris, what else can Joshua show us? When we arrive in Paris, I wanted to organize a very memorable dinner in Paris. Ta-da! This is the best part of the tour. When we arrived in Paris, some of our travelers were very excited. They said, Joshua, we want to see the Eiffel Tower. So we actually, when we arrived in Paris, when we arrived and saw the Eiffel Tower, they were busy taking photographs. I said, guys, don't worry about taking photographs. Let me show you the best place to take beautiful photo of Paris Eiffel Tower. So when we arrive in this restaurant, while we are having our dinner, It's a light dinner because we have a late lunch. So it's a light dinner, very local Parisian cuisine. And the best part is with the superb view of Eiffel Tower. And the best part is we don't have to, get into the crowd. We can really have a personal time, chat, chit chat, enjoy good food, good wine while looking at the beautiful Eiffel Tower. To me, what a great way to end this tour. Next. And the best part is, for those of you who are interested in this tour, the departure we don't have a departure in September. So sorry to say we couldn't make it. We do not have enough people. So the departure for Grandeur France is postponed to next year, 2024, first half of next year. The good news is, for those of you who want to join this tour in 2024, you can enjoy what we call 1,000 ringgit early bird discount. Yeah, for the first 10 packs. Thank you so much, Li Chen. Totally agree with Joshua. I miss all the meals there. Each unforgettable. Thank you, Li Chen. Wow, I'm really, really touched, Li Chen. And the best part is, for those of you who want to enjoy Grandeur France experience, you can now sign up. And next year, second half, I think we also have departure next year, second half. We have one first half and one second half. Yeah, where you get to experience the Grandeur France experience. I think now you still can get early bird discount, save up to 1,000 ringgit only for the first 10 packs. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. And this ends our Facebook live session for the month of July in conjunction with our anniversary. If you are thinking what else to look forward to, in August, stay tuned on our Facebook. We have something more to surprise you. Yeah, thank you so much. Good night. See you. And without, please don't leave us. We still have a short video of the highlight of our Grandeur France experience. Enjoy the video and see you in the month of August.